Chef Sel was recorded on a cell phone in front of a fake audience.
Hey guys, Chef Sel right here. Hello fake audience. Hello fake audience. Hello real audience. Hello YouTube. I am Chef Sel and you are on Chef Sel's Crazy Cooking Show. State by state, most Googled recipe. And this week, we go in alphabetical order. Here it is. It's Colorado and it's cowboy cookies. Colorado, cowboy, you know. There is coconut in here. There are morsels of chocolate. Yes, morsels of chocolate. There are pecans. There's everything in here. There's oats. So let's get cracking. Before we do, subscribe and then hit the bell. And you'll get, we're doing what, 42 more weeks of this. It's crazy. Let me get back there and show you what I have done to set this up. I'm so glad you're here. Here's what we got. We got a pretty big bowl here, medium bowl, and another medium bowl. First, we're going to look at the base of the cookies, sugar, eggs, that kind of stuff. Speaking of sugar, light brown sugar here. Yeah, that's 1.5 cups of light brown sugar. And we have 1 egg and 1 egg yolk, a little bit teaspoon of vanilla, and that's really all you have in here, except, after we whisk it around, I have 1.5 sticks of butter. Yeah. Melted, of course, and cooled. And you just want to get the lumps out of there. All right, there you have that. Now we have the dry ingredients here. This is 1.5 cups of AP flour. So we got 3/4 teaspoon of the powder and 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. And we have 1/2 teaspoon of salt in here, okay? Now this is gonna go into here easily. But before we do that, I have 2/4 cups of chocolate semi-sweet morsels. We spoke of morsels earlier. Where were you? Cup of shredded coconut. You can have it sweetened. You can have it unsweetened. Whichever you like is fine. And look at this, rolled oats. Yeah, from that guy in the hat. I'm not allowed to say his name. They get mad at me, You know the guy. Anyway, and we have the cup, chopped pecans, and I think that takes care of it. Did I say it was about 1.25 cups, 1.5 cups? If you like more, you can, do the 1.5 cups thing of these oats, all right? That's going to go in to our first mixture, which was that the egg and the egg yolk, a teaspoon of that vanilla, and of course the light brown sugar. And now I'm going to move from the whisk over to my spatula. I'm going to start cleaning off some of this stuff here. How about this? Yeah, it's all editing. Not a big deal. Spatula. Remember that dust? Which is what I call it. Just get it in there. You don't have to drizzle it in. Just get it in there. And you're going to have a batter that's very, very thick, chunky, ridiculously delicious. So don't get upset if you see that it's not flowy or anything like that. Because the butter here, which has to be cooled, as I said, after you melt it, 1.5 sticks. The butter is going to re-warm itself in the oven, so that's going to cause them to spread. You see, that's easy. And speaking of the oven, 350 degrees on that oven. And I want you to get a non-rimmed baking sheet ready with parchment paper covering that non-rimmed baking sheet. And then we're going to just take these things and scoop them out with 1/4 cup, and you spray it. Spray it with some vegetable spray, whatever you have. And we're going to put them about 2 inches apart because, like I said, they're going to spread out. Okay, so this is ready to go. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's my patented one-camera show here. Ergo, the name Chef Sel. It's a cell phone. See? It's very thick. And now we're going to get parchment on top of a cookie sheet. We can lose the spatula now. And every 2 or 3 scoops, you're going to want to respray it. And don't be afraid of using your hand. You might want to wet the palm of your other non-scooping hand, because this stuff is sticky. It's sticky stuff, but the cookies that come out of this thing, it's ridiculous. I'm telling you, ridiculous. Okay, there's the first one. And just keep going. You want to do 8 to a sheet. 1 sheet per baking cycle. Don't do any of this, you put 2 in there. Be patient. Be patient, because the heat has to hit these cookies the right way. And if you have 2 cookie sheets in there, it's going to be blocked. And you don't want blocked heat, I'm telling you. It's against the law in South Carolina here anyway, so I'm... And they really are. They're going to spread out, as you will see, into some sort of delicious disc. All right, as I said, we're preheated now at 350. You stick these in the oven. I have mine on the top rack, but -1, so you get 2 rungs down. Don't put them all the way on the bottom, because the heat comes up and it burns the bottom of the cookies, especially on this cookie sheet. It's a heat conductor. It conducts the heat, a heat conductor. It's a heat... Stick them in here, set it for 17 minutes, but give it a look after about 14 or 15 minutes, because every oven is different. And about 7 minutes in, you want to flip this around 180 degrees, stick it back in. And then what you're looking for, which I will show you when they're done, is a nice brown top, but not all the way to the center, maybe 3/4 of the way from the edges. Because when you take it out, you're going to keep it on here. All right? And you're going to put it down, and they will continue to bake, because there's a lot of heat getting generated. So it's slow. It's a slow bake when it comes out. And once you get that, about 5 minutes, you have the cookie cooler, as I call it, the cookie cooler, and you just eat the hell out of them. They're unbelievable. You're gonna love this. I will be back. And right there, they are. I did move it 180 degrees, as I told you. I call it the swivel. We did a swivel. I did the swivel. And it looks really good. So let's carefully take it out, because it's kind of hot. Matter of fact, it's 350 degrees hot. And, oh, man. I'm going to put these down here. 5 minutes, continuing to bake slowly on here. And then I'm going to cool them on here. And then we eat. Can you believe it? Look how big they got. I mean, look. And I have a pretty big face, too. Look at that. You see that? Yeah. It's as big as my face. It's as big as like 9 raccoons' faces. Or something. Here we go. So I'm going to go like this. See if we can do a break. It's chewy. It's got that chewy break. It's not a snap, which is what these cookies are all about. And there you go. There you go. Oh, man. Well, speaking of going, oh my, I just ate that whole thing, and I think I had half of another one. Anyway, we plated them up. Okay, nothing fancy, but I'm telling you, look at these things. I'm going to call them like the face cookies, as big as my face. All right, well, speaking of face, how about this one? Instagram.
You're a moron.
Anyway, thank you, Colorado. Cowboy Cookies. Woo! And don't forget, next week we have another one. We can go down all the 50 states we got. But thank you, Colorado, for searching this one. I hope I did it justice. Right there. Right there. Subscribe, hit the bell, and you will be notified. And I will see you next week here on Chef Sel's Crazy Cooking Show.
It's the Colorado Rocky Mountain High.